Hello and welcome to step 10. You know what to do. Open, 10, open. So within this step, we're going to do some rendering materials. We're going to show you how to do an exterior daylight render, and we're also going to add a background image to an exterior daylight render. So from here you will have your 3D view open. What we want to do is go up to the view cube and click on the top left, so we get an axonometric like this. And then I'd like you to go down to your graphic options bar and change the shaded view to realistic view. Might take a little second to load. Once that's done, I'd like you to also turn on the shadows with this little button right at the bottom, shadows on. And I'd like you to zoom in to this fence here. Now the first thing we're going to do is select the panel and then go over to the properties palette and select edit type. You've seen this window before. We're going to change the structure, so we press the edit button. This is where we're going to change the materials and the build up. So we go to the zoom, change this, and if we type in metal and then we go to the appearance setting, and if we pull that down so you get a bit more of a clearer view, and what we're going to choose is fence chain link, and you will see in the appearance that it actually has some see-through diamond shapes. From here I'd like you to press the information button so you have an idea of what actually the chain link is, and I'd also like you to pull down on the relief pattern, and you will see that we have a black and white image that represents the above graphic appearance. If we select this image, another window will open where we can change the brightness, we can change the positioning, the scale, and we can also do the repeat with a tile. Now it's important to know that the areas that are black within this image are transparent, and then the white is actually stopping the light from traveling through, so that's what you actually render. For now this is absolutely okay, so we'll close that. But for your reference and knowledge, if you ever wanted to change this relief pattern, you actually select the name here which says chain link bump PNG. So once you do that, a new window will open, and this is where you can change and add particular bumps and cutouts. But again, for now everything is absolutely fine, so we'll cancel this. But staying within the appearance window, if you open up the cutout section below, you will notice that we have the PNG cutout and the bump above, so they're two different names. But if you untick the cutouts, you will notice that in our preview at the top that the black section is no longer cut out and it's just using the generic metal material. But we actually want it to be cut, so if we re-tick it, you'll see that the graphics automatically updates. And then if we press apply at the bottom and then press OK, our fence chain link has updated here. And then we press OK and then OK again. You will see, and if you zoom in, our cutout fence. Now if you might need to rotate it so you can see it against a white background. So if we rotate it, there you go, that's a better view. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is go over to our project browser and open up the 3D views, and I want you to click on camera perspective node, double click that, and this view will open. And then from here I'd like you to select this bottom wall here and then go over to your properties palette and press edit type. Then I'd like you to change the structure again with the edit button, and you'll see here it says panel MPK. We're going to change that, so select the word panel MPK, a little button will arrive on the side of it. Click that button, your materials library will open, and just like before we press the appearance tab, and what we're going to do is we're going to change the material. So again we click on the name where it says concrete precast structural concrete smooth. We're going to click that, and just like before we're going to go to our additional files. Once you've found your additional files, I would like you to choose panel MPK. Now don't forget, if you want to have a preview of this, you can go up to your thumbnails to give you an idea of what you're choosing. So we're going to choose panel MPK and press open. Now once that's loaded, I want you to actually select the image that currently is under generic, you select it, another window will open. You've already seen this. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the scale. But before you change it, you'll notice there's a link button that is currently blue. We want to unlink that. So that enables us to change this to 1.5 and then go down to the bottom and then press 1.5. And then our scale will be equal on both sides. Once you've done that, I'd like you to press the done button. Now from here we're going to add a bump so it looks more realistic. So at the bottom you have here bump. So we click that. We also want to turn it on. Once you turn it on, another window will open. It should be your additional files. And we're going to choose panel MPK bump. Press apply. The same window will open again, and you'll notice that the sample size is 0.3. We want to unchain it and change it to 1.5 by 1.5 so it lines up with our render image. Again, if you want to see how good this is in realistic, we just make this slightly bigger. You can actually change the scene. So if you wanted it to be a wall, it will give you an idea of how realistic it is with regards to a graphic display. But we're okay with this now, so press OK and then OK again and then OK again. And if we go down to our graphic options bar at the bottom and put realistic, you will see the changes that we've made. Now I'm not sure if you're able to view this properly, but if you zoom in slightly to the entrance hall, you'll notice that it's one particular floor that's actually coming outside, which is not great. Now usually you would do a separate floor for the outside, but I'm going to teach you a little tip to be able to cut it and add paint to it. So if we go back to our 3D tab, and then if we rotate to the area, and then if we select our floor, the user interface will turn green, and over under the geometry section you'll see what looks like an old-fashioned TV, but it's actually a wall with a little blue rectangle on it. So if we select that, and then if we reselect the floor, our user interface will go green and we're in a sketch mode. So we need to use the line tool at the top, and if we pretty much align from that wall to here and then along to the edge, what we've done is we've actually given a line for Revit to understand where we're splitting. If you're in a line chain, press escape and then press the green tick, and our actual faces have all separated. So now we want to actually change the outside material. So we go back up to our modify split surface tab, and where that little TV, but it wasn't a TV, it's a wall, there's a little button below it that says paint. Once you select that, another window will open, and what we're going to do is just type in concrete, and we'll use the first one, the beton. So we select it and then we hover over the surface area, click once, and you'll notice it changes. Once you've done that, press done and then zoom out to see the changes. Now if we go back to our camera perspective Nord tab, you'll notice that changes have happened. You can just see it there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to want to render this image. So we go down to the graphic options bar at the bottom and click on the teapot. You've seen this window before, but just to remind you, I'm going to just quickly tick the region button to remind you that you can actually render just a small section, so it doesn't take ages to do a whole render of the image. I'm going to deselect that for the moment. And again, just the quality settings here, currently it's set at draft. We're going to put it on medium for the moment, but we'll go into custom and edit shortly. And then from here we're going to change the resolution to printer. 150 dpi is absolutely fine. Again, you can also change the lighting scheme, sun only, sun artificial, etc, etc. We're going to just choose sun only for the moment. And then the little button below, we can do the sun settings. I've already shown you this, where you can place the sun and the shadows and the lighting, but we're okay for the moment, so we're going to cancel that. And with regards to the background, we have few clouds, no clouds, etc. We have image and transparency. We're going to use few clouds for the moment, but the next thing we're going to do is actually place an image. So I will show you both options. So for few clouds at the moment. Okay, so once that's all done, we're going to press the render button, and it may take a couple of minutes depending on how quick your computer is, but I'm going to obviously pause this video and come back when it's rendered. So when you're ready, press the render button. Okay, once your render is done, your render options will still be open. If we change the quality to edit, a new window will open. Now what we're wanting to do is we're going to actually make this a custom. So we press the button copy to custom, and you'll notice that the quality setting has now become custom. And what we're going to want to do is change the simplified to advanced, and at here we've got render duration. At the moment it's quite short, it's 5. Let's change that to 8, and once we're all okay with that, press OK. And then from here we're going to change the background image from few clouds to image. We now need to find in our additional files the park with the grass, so we find image, we choose park grass in your additional files and press open. That should be loaded into here. Now as you can see, we can only see the top of the trees, so we want to change that. So if we click the stretch button, we should have the whole park. But as our horizontal line is pretty much here on our main screen, we want to lift it up a bit. So we change the height to 30, and once you do that, press OK. And then we go back up to the top and we press the render button again. Again, I'm going to pause my rendering and we'll restart it up once it's finished. So press the render button. Okay, so the render's done and it looks like that. Now if you want to save it for your own personal use, you just go down to the image section and press export, and if you want to save it to your desktop you can. Obviously I don't, because I've done it before, so I'm going to cancel this. And we've now completed our stage 10, so I want you to close the render box, then I want you to close the north perspective and then close the 3D and do not save, and we'll see you in the next one.
Your love is rated X. That means you're extra, extra.